Imagine a maxed out account moving to the brand new server. You would dominate the server for weeks, months even, right?
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
The first thing that I want to talk about today is moving servers on Hero Wars Mobile. This is specifically Hero Wars Mobile conversation. And we're on early stages of this, but let me break down the situation for you as best I can. So let's say that you started a long time ago. Let's say you started a long time ago. You're on server 2, right? The way that Hero Wars server transfers work is you can go to an older server, but you can't go to a newer server, right? So if I'm on server 2, there's no older server. There's no server 1. I think there is one in Russia maybe, but you can't jump up to server 4 or to server 29, server 28. Like, you can't move around. Well, this morning, the topic of server transfers has come around. It looks like something that the Hero Wars Mobile developers are going to be working on in the next little bit is allowing people to move servers up and down within 100 servers of their home server. All right, so what does that mean? If I'm on server 29, I can move 100 down or 100 up, or is it a range of 100? It's not really clear. But I think the way it's going to work for me in my example, and I could be wrong, is that I can move to any older server. Pretty straightforward. That hasn't changed. I can move to server 2 right now if I wanted to, right? No restrictions there. But it will allow me to move up to server 129. Now, there are a lot of gaps, right? There's only 3 servers in 31 to 40. There's only 4 servers here. So, like, it's not like I have 100 servers to choose from. But I could, theoretically, move all the way up to server 100. I could. Let me read the note from community manager Alina from this morning. Devs have one question to discuss. It's been a long time, but they finally returned to the question of server movement. For quite a long time, players complained that they can't move anywhere from the older servers on RU and all region, and right now they want to discuss various options how to make the movement real. The current option is the next option. They want to allow free movement to the servers up to number 100 in the name, no matter where you started among these numbers. That means between 38 active servers on all regions and between 25 servers on RU region. Does this option sound fine for you? Your feedback is greatly appreciated. P.S. The question is about the movement between servers, not between regions. Please keep that in mind. So, all servers and RU or Russia servers, you can't go between regions. Region locked still, all right? There is going to be potentially in the future the ability to move to a different server. Now, why is this important? Well, first of all, if you're on server 2, you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything, right? If you started on server 2 and that's your main account and you've spent, $50,000 on Hero Wars on that account, that's an exaggeration, but is it really? Then you can't really go anywhere, right? And you might be willing to spend any amount of money to go play with your friends on server 60. Maybe you made some new friends in the Discord and they have a cool guild, a very chill guild. You want to go hang out with them. You're done being super competitive on server 2, right? So now potentially you'll be able to do that. Now, a couple things important to note. There's no ETA for this, all right? There's no by this summer or by mid-April. There's no, in 2023 we're going to implement this. There's no range of dates that this could go into effect. Right now, it looks like we're in discussion mode. I don't know the technological hurdles that need to be knocked over in order to make this happen, if any at all. But I imagine they're looking into those situations right now. And the other thing to keep in mind is just because I discussed what we said here and I mentioned the number 100, that doesn't mean that that's going to be the case. It could be 10 servers up, 10 servers down. It could be 50 up, 50 down, or whatever, right? And it might actually be restricted by actual account age. If you made the mistake of starting a brand new account on server 2, a brand new account in 2023 on server 2, then you could theoretically, since you have a new account, move it all the way up to the new servers, right? All the way up to the newest servers, which are, you know, potentially dozens, if not hundreds of servers away. I don't even know what the newest server is. 673 appears to be the newest server. All right. Purely discussion phases right now. Pretty sure Nexters does this because a lot of complaints from server 2. Oh, 100%. 100%. 101 to 102? No. No, it's Hero Wars Guide. It's plus 100 up. So if you're on 101, you could go up to server 200. The way I understand it, it's a 100 server range. 100 servers up or any older server. That's my guess. That's my guess. It's not very clear. And there's a little bit of discussion between Tim, Loadrunner, KitKat, who is now the owner of the Hero Wars Mobile unofficial Discord, and Matt Golly, Badada, another YouTuber. A lot of discussion happening in there. I said immediately, yes, I'm for it. Let's have it. Let's allow people to move servers. The idea ultimately is that if a server 2 player moves 100 servers, so to server, 100, that server 100 has been around long enough that the power level from server 2, because you've been playing for years, won't be that big of a deal, right? Imagine a maxed out account moving to the brand new server. You would dominate the server for weeks, months even, right? 29 player might be too strong for 129. Glenn, I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Players on that server can move to 100 levels higher of newer servers, right? So I think that there's definitely some downsides, like you mentioned, Glenn. But who knows? Really cool feature. Really cool. And I'm behind it. I like it. I think anything that helps people want to play the game longer. This seems like a silly technological roadblock or a hurdle, like I mentioned earlier, to allow a lot of players that are on older servers that want to keep playing with their friends, but they don't want to be super competitive. Imagine if there's like a bunch of people that love Hero Wars that are stuck on server 2. They're just tired of being so competitive and they just want to relax. There are players like that. You can always move back down to server 2 if you change your mind. Yeah. Good things.